गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्र्यवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् ॐ द्रापे अन्धसः अन्धसस्पते पते दरिद्रत् दरिद्रन्नीललोहिता नीललोहितेति नीललोहिता येषां पुरुषाणां पुरुषाणामेषां येषां पशूनां मा मा भेः भेर्मा मारः अरोमो मो येषां मो इति मो येषां किं किञ्चन च नाममत् आममदित्याममत् याते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hari Om, Shalom, Sai Ram, Namaste. We started the contemplation on the Karma Patham of the 10th Anuvakam of Shri Rudram, and this 10th Anuvakam has 12 ruks in them, and last week we studied the meaning of the first ruk, for which Rishi is Pulaha, Astara Pankti is the Chandas, and the Devata is the Rudra. Today we'll get into the second ruk of the 10th Anuvakam, for which the Rishi is Skanda, Anushtup is the Chandas, and Rudra is the Devata. Rudra as the Skanda Swarupa is the Devata. And this second ruk is Yate Rudra Shiva Shiva Tanuhu Vishwaha Bheshaji Shiva Rudrasya Bheshaji Tayano Mruda Jivase. Okay. Samhita Patham, Chandrasekhar Ganesh, without looking at the book.
ॐ या ते रुद्र शिवा तनु शिवा विश्वाह भेषजी शिवा रुद्रस्य भेषजी तया नो मृड जीवसे.
One more time.
या ते रुद्र शिवा तनु शिवा विश्वाह भेषजी शिवा रुद्रस्य भेषजी तया शिवा रुद्रस्य भेषजीतया नो मृडजीवसे
One more time. Om.
या ते रुद्रशिवा तनूः शिवा विश्वाः भेषजी शिवा रुद्रस्य भेषजीतया नो मृडजीवसे
That Shiva Rudrasya Bheshaji Tayano Mruda Jivase. So if you chant fast, you won't connect to the mantra as much, the vibration. So you have to slow down a little bit. Yate Rudra Shiva. See that when you chant in that speed, and then you will get the proper intonation and experience of the mantra. Yate Rudra Shiva Tanu Shiva Vishwaha Bheshaji Shiva Rudrasya Bheshaji Tayano Mruda Jivase. This is the Samhita part of the second Ruk in the 10th Anuvakam. Now let us look at the padas, the words that are in this. The words are Ya, Te, Rudra, Shiva, Tanuh, Shiva, Vishwaha, Bheshaji, Shiva, Rudrasya, Bheshaji, Taya, Naha, Mruda, Jivase. In essence, what this mantra is implying is Rudra Yate, that which is Tanuh, your body, is Shiva, is auspicious. Shiva Vishwaha Bheshaji. Shiva is the Bheshaji, the medicament for what? Vishwaha, for the Vishwa. Vishwa doesn't mean world. Vishwa means universe, the entire universe. Shiva Rudrasya Bheshaji. This Shiva is the medicament for the Rudra. Tayanaha, and being so, Mruda Jivasenaha, you bring us, you make us, or you bring happiness to us. Tayanaha Mruda Jivase. Therefore, you bring this beautiful peace and happiness to our living or to our livelihoods. That is the literal meaning of this mantra. Now, let us go into the Kramapatha, and then as you look at the words at this Kramapatha, you will understand exactly the padas also, because the words are carried on as 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, like that. And so you will be able to understand each word. That is why learning Veda mantra, if somebody says they learnt Veda, the first question they're asked is, have you learnt Rudra Kramam? If you have not learnt Rudra Kramam, that's why the Kramantam. If you have not learnt Kramantam, you have not learnt Rudram. Why you have not learnt Rudram? Because you didn't understand any of the words behind. What happens if you don't understand what you are, if you go to somebody and you are having a conversation with them, first you have to understand what you are trying to have a conversation about, no? If you don't know what you are asking the other person, how can you have a conversation? So if this is a conversation with your own self or so-called God or whatever you call Rudra or Shiva or Parameshwara, whatever God you choose, it doesn't matter. None of these mantras really apply to any gods. So whatsoever, period. Period. They do not apply to any gods. To be bold, I would say there is nothing called God. It is you just created yourself. It's your imagination. That's even more bolder. Don't get scared by that statement. Let's now go into the Kramapatha. As you understand this, Om Yate E Te Rudra Rudra Shivam
ॐ या ते ते रुद्र रुद्रशिवा या ते रुद्र रुद्रशिवा
Shiva Tanuh Tanu Shivam
शिवा तनुः तनु शिवा शिवा तनुः तनु शिवा
Shiva Vishwaha Bheshaji Vishwaha Bheshajiti Vishwaha Bheshaji
ॐ शिवा विश्वाः भेषजी विश्वाः भेषजीति विश्वाः भेषजी शिवा विश्वाः भेषजी विश्वाः भेषजीति विश्वाः भेषजी
Shiva Rudrasya Rudrasya Bheshaji
शिवा रुद्रस्य रुद्रस्य भेषजी शिवा रुद्रस्य रुद्रस्य भेषजी
Bheshajitaya Tayanaham
भेषजीतया
no, Bheshajitaya
ॐ भेष
no,
भेषजीतया
the sha is down. Bheshaji
भेषजीतया ॐ भेषजीतया
no,
Oh,
no.
I'm taking the G. No. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Bheshajitaya.
Sha is down. Bheshaji Bheshajitaya Tayanaham.
Bhe, Bheshaji.
Right?
Okay, I'll try one more time. Om Bheshajitaya.
You're saying
Bheshajitaya.
Bhesha. When you say Bhesha, Sha became Udattam. Sha is Anudattam. Bhesha Bheshajitaya Ji is Udattam. Ta is Udattam. Ya is Dirghaswaritam.
Yes.
Okay.
Bheshajitaya.
Correct.
Tayanaha. Om Bheshajitaya Tayanaha.
Yes, now you're good. नो मृडा मृडजीवसे एम्
नो मृडा मृडजीवसे नो मृडा मृड
no mrudasi. All of them are anudatas. Mru goes a little lower. No mrudasi. No mruda. Mruda jivase em.
ॐ नो मृडा
Mm,
मृडजीवसे नो मृडा मृडजीवसे
जीवस इति जीवसे एम.
जीव जीवस इति जीवसे जीवस इति जीवसे
ॐ याते ते रुद्र रुद्रशिवा शिवा तनूः तनूः शिवा शिवा विश्वाखभेषजी विश्वाखभेषजीति विश्वाः भेषजी शिवा रुद्रस्य रुद्रस्य भेषजी भेषजीतया तया नः नो मृड मृडजीवसे जीवस इति जीवसे एम. No need to repeat. 1 second. Yate, we already talked about the meaning literally. Yate, that yours Rudra, that Rudra, your body is Shiva, auspicious. Here Shiva comes as three different meanings. The word Shiva doesn't mean just as the Shiva we think. The Shiva in this mantra has three different meanings. Every time it is used, it has a different meaning. Your body is auspicious, and that auspicious body of yours is the medicament for the Vishwa, for the universe. Shiva Rudrasya Bheshaji. And if it is, if your body is the medicament for the universe, what is the medicament for you? The medicament for you is Shiva. And being like this, the yin and the yang, the cure for the world being his body or that body, and the medicament for that body is this thing called Shiva. And being like this cycle is what brings happiness to our lives. Does this make any sense? Uh, does this make any sense? Medicament. Why do you take a medicament? Why do you take a medicine? Why do you take a medicine? When you have a disease, you need a medicament. So if there is a disease, you need a medicament. If there is a problem, you need a solution. and you are caught. You means each of us. The fundamental problem for each of us is the world. The fundamental disease is the world. अरे what is this world? ये सब क्या है? What is all this? And from this world you get what? Sukha, dukkha, happiness and sorrow. You understand? So, is this world really there? See, this is a you have to. I won't leave this satsang just like telling this meaning and then bloody go chant in temples and every other place and also start chatting and chanting others and teaching others. You have to really get to the bottom line of all of this. There is gems. When you go deep into the ocean, you will find incredible gems. You are at the beach, you will be gathering shells and skulls, algae, all that stuff. When you go deep into this mantra, my God, it brings so much of stability and samatva and pratyabhijna. These are words that means cannot be literally translated into English. Abhijna, jna means awareness, abhi means here and now, prati means going inside yourself, and then you start looking deep inside yourself. What is the problem that I am dealing with? There is only two problems that you don't have, that you are always looking solution for in any spiritual pursuit. Please go take it from me. The first thing is, what is this world? The second thing is, who is this God? That's it. Go check it out. Go check it out. Take any religion, take any faith. Only two questions, only two problems, only two diseases. One is the disease of the world, the other is the disease of the God. And this disease of the God is the most of the religions have started. And what they do, they pump you into a different brainwashing mode where they keep telling that there is this God, there is this heaven, there is this, there is that. There is this miracle, there is that miracle, there is this, there is that. And now what you're trying to do, oh, you forgot the world and you're chasing something else which you don't even know bloody exists or not. So world you know for sure exists. 100%. This world you and I see around is there. This table is there. This computer is there. This iPhone is there. I can touch it. I can feel it. It is there. So for sure that is a common problem for everybody. The God problem, the God problem, God problem, you don't even know if God exists, so how can he become a problem? So that problem is ruled out. That is called an nasti. Na asti doesn't exist. Therefore, the one who says God doesn't exist is a nastika. God is there. Asti becomes astika. Theist, atheist. Which theist has proven that there is God? Yes, no, I won't get into that. Now you'll all be. But the problem is there is a world, and this world, this problem of the world requires a solution or a medicament. And then what is this beautiful mantra is saying? Your body is the medicament for this world, not ordinary body. What kind of body is the medicament for the world? Your auspicious body is the medicament for this world. Now here, Yate. Now substitute Rudra for yourself. Call Rudra. Yate Shyam. Call it Shyam. Yate Shekhar. Put your own name. Forget Rudra. These mantras are not for some god. These mantras are for your own self. It is for your own self-awareness and knowledge. These mantras are not for chasing something else. The mantras are here. Abhijna, Pratyabhijna. And in that process, you will begin to see all the shackles broken and you become free and you get released and you are now becoming expansion of your own self. My life is my message, expansion is my life means that the moment your life becomes auspicious, means complete purity of thought, word, and deed, then it becomes a medicament for the world. Ah, you understand? It's very hard to understand how can my body become medicament of the world? There is a case and point in the history that we all know, whose body became a medicament for the world. Who is that, Sonia?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. His body became a medicament for the world. That's the reason why he put himself on the cross and cut the eye across. And this cross represents purity of thought, word, and deed. If you just do like this, you will know purity of the heart, the head, and the hands. And such a pure being, the body, Yate Christ, Shiva Tanuhu, Vishwaha Bhesaji. Now it's not only just Jesus the Christ. There are so many great pure beings that sacrificed their bodies. Sacrifice their body is not just getting fixated on a cross. Sacrificing your body means using your body for the service of others. And when you see a problem that exists in the world, you use your thought, word, and deed as the healer of that problem. अरे यार क्या बात है huh? Are you all connecting to this? Who is explaining meaning of Rudram like this? As a practical living message, not praying to some God who doesn't even know whether they exist or not, and then going into this zone that is artificially pumping yourself, and then once it's like a drug, this chanting mantras is sometimes like taking a drug. You are fine as long as you are chanting, and after the chanting is over, you're back to yourself, shouting at others, complaining about others. Same thing, same disease comes back. That disease will not be cured unless you become aware of these mantras and you start living these mantras. Stop chasing for some god and godmen and their miracles. That is another disease. The only reason why you chase is because you need some attention. Some guru calls you, materializes something to you, and then suddenly you feel, Are yaar, what a beautiful soul I am. Otherwise, why would he materialize this thing for me? Why would he call me? Why would she do this to me? Why would he do this to me? All your bloody ego play. Nothing more than that. The moment you ignore all the drama and drop it like delusion, then you begin to see that you are the self-effulgent Rama, and that you have to start living your life in purity and chastity so that your body becomes the medicament for the whole world and its problems. Yate Prabhakar Shiva Tanuhu Vishwaha Bheshaji. Now you can substitute that mantra. Put your own name. Yate Ram Shiva Tanuhu Vishwaha Bheshaji. Just to be like that. Just to think like that. So then, who becomes medicament for you? And here you means the individual. Shiva. Now, I'm not telling you the story of the actual Shiva and Shiva. That's a completely different story. That's mythological significance. There is a mythological significance. Are all mythological stories are all symbolic. If you don't connect to that symbolism associated with that story, you lost the whole point. What is this whole point about? The whole world is getting consumed by halahal, which is the negative energy. And that negative energy that is created in the universe, it's going to destroy the universe. And therefore they ran to this guy who is chilling out on a mountain. And then they prayed to him and said, hey, this negative energy is going to consume us, save this world. And then he went and asked the permission of the boss of the house. Should I consume this or not? She said, yes, yes, go ahead, please consume it. Nothing will touch you. And then therefore he consumed this halahal, the negative energy of the whole universe. And then when he consumed that negative energy of the whole universe, he suspended it in his neck. And from that, as mythology goes, he fell unconscious. And then she took him into his lap and cured him from that illness. And that mother is called Tara Devi. There is a temple in Bengal, Tara Devi temple, where Shiva lies in the lap of Mother Parvati to get the medicament from her, which is her own milk. Ah, now you love these stories. Now suddenly you forget. Now you go worship some Shiva, some Parvati, and you lost the context of all of what this story means. అర్థమవుతుందా? Are you following what I'm talking about, Prabhakar? Huh? Yeah. So now Yate Rudra Shiva, Shiva Tanuh, Shiva Vishwaha Bheshaji, Shiva Rudrasya Bheshaji, Tayano Mruda Jivase. Wow! This is beautiful. Now, what is this practical living aspect of it? The problem is the solution itself. I will give you now the inner meanings of everything. The first meaning of the word Shiva is purity. The second meaning of the word Shiva is associated with what is the manifested world. And then the third is the substratum of that manifested world is a Shiva. You can write down and you can go meditate on this. You will get beautiful experience of what I'm saying. If I explain it, you won't even probably understand. As long as you see this world as something different from you, the world will be a problem. And for that, you would need a medicament. Supreme statements, not from me, from Upanishads and the Rishis. As long as you see this world different from you, it will be a problem. When you see this world as yourself, then the problem disappears. Is world a problem or not? Yes. Is world a problem or not? No. Because the problem is the solution. How do I turn the problem into a solution? How do I turn the problem into a solution? Now, I will give you, for those of you who are Shiva Bhaktas or Shakti Bhaktas, if Shiva is this awareness and Shakti as the Shiva is the manifested world, because of her the world manifested, she can either give you the problem or she can give you the solution. As Mahamaya that pulls you into the world, she becomes a major problem. As the Mahamaya that makes you withdraw from the world and see the unity, see her as the substratum, she will also Swargapavargada Devi Narayani Namostute. She is the one that can be, now Devi Mahatmyam. Now go to all the shlokas in Devi Mahatmyam. That is the essence of the whole Devi Mahatmyam. All the shlokas you can chant. That is the essence of what is being said. So, first and foremost, purity of the self. When you are the pure self, then what happens? You become a medicament to the world means what? You don't see the problem. You always see how to help, come up with a solution. Practically, I'm speaking. The most positive people will never look at a problem. They will only turn the problem into a solution or into an opportunity. That is practical living, successful living. Corporations all teach this. Glass half empty, half full. Is it a problem or a solution? Every problem is an opportunity. Every word impossible is if you put the apostrophe between I and the M becomes I am possible. So when you become this complete, unselfish, pure consciousness, you never see a problem. You see a problem, it will be fixed immediately. There is no getting stuck in life. And you also don't blame God for your problems. I have problems. Oh, why is Bhagavan giving me all these problems? What? He doesn't have any bloody other business than giving you problems? Bhagavan did not give you any bloody problems. You are your own problem. You wrote the script for all your problems and you have to now live through that script, period. So, therefore, what happens? For this pure being, Shiva Tanu, and that becomes the body, that becomes the solution or the medicament for the problems in the world. But truly speaking, there is no world. It's all the manifestation of the divinity. Therefore, your own self, Rudra, the medicament is the Shiva in the Vishwa. The Shiva in the Vishwa is the fundamental primordial source that manifested with these three aspects or the attributes as the manifested world. Now see, does the world exist or doesn't exist? Ram, does the world exist or doesn't exist?
It's both.
How? How?
It's the way you look at it, right?
Uh,
It exists physically, but
hmm,
it's what you have created in your mind. That's how the world you see it. But if you go inwards, then obviously it doesn't exist. If you sleep in the night, the world doesn't exist, right? So if you withdraw your senses and consciousness, obviously it doesn't exist. So it's just the way you see it and where your consciousness is. Basically, the key is to be, if you investigate the nature of this awareness by letting go of the identification of this transient contents of the consciousness. This transient contents of the consciousness is what shows that the world exists in the way we look at it.
hmm.
And right? That's what it is. But when we withdraw and rest in the silent, constant awareness rather than transient contents of the consciousness, if you rest in that silent, constant awareness that underlies all the thoughts, emotions, and sensations, it basically it dissolves into that boundless ocean of consciousness that you truly are, then the world doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You need to get to that state.
No, okay. Now, everything you said is beautiful except the last sentence. You need to get to that state. Okay. There is no there is no getting there. It is here. How
Yeah,
it is here is very simple example.
yeah. We're
You
getting rid of
you
our layers. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, sorry.
yeah. So what? Thank you for sharing your thoughts. To answer that question, does the world exist or not? For every one of these aphorisms, you have to take a practical example that you can perceive and try to answer that question through that. Now, what is that? For example, you are standing away from light, you see your shadow. You see your shadow. Does your shadow exist? Is there anything? Does your shadow exist? Yes, it exists because you're seeing it. But is the shadow real? Is there an object called shadow? No,
No.
no. So what is a shadow? Is the projection of your form. See now, just stay through this drishtanta example. This is called a pedagogy. How you teach through this is a siddhanta. Now you take that example, very beautiful example, very simple example, an example that every one of us can relate to. And if you cannot relate to, and if you stand against the light and you don't see your shadow, please call me. I want to come and have your darshan. Huh? Oh my God, I don't see my shadow. What is happening? What is happening? Do I exist or not? Huh? Arey Sai Ram. So then what you have to answer the question is, my shadow is my projection. Yes, I see it. It is there, but it's a projection. It's not real. Therefore, as a projection, the world exists. In reality, it doesn't. Now that now taking that example, you have to that is very beautiful, very beautifully described by Jagat Guru Adi Shankaracharya. For lack of any doubt, he is Jagat Guru and there is no other Jagat Guru. Let me tell you that. There are only two types of Guru for me. One is Jagat Guru, the other is Sadguru. Jagat Guru is Adi Shankaracharya. Sadguru, Samardha Sadguru Sainath is the Sadguru. Not bloody everybody else who calls themselves as Sadguru. They are Asat Gurus. Samartha Sadguru Sainath Maharaj is the only Sadguru. There is no different arguments about that. Why? Because here is the what Jagat Guru means the one who is telling you, see God in the world is Jagat Guru. You are yourself the God and there is nothing else more than you is the Sadguru. Both are teaching the beautiful principle of Jeev. There are only three aspects. There is this thing called the world, then there is this thing called you, and there is the third thing called God. Only three in the equation. Just remember this. Only three. And you are caught in between the world and the God. So you are dealing with only two problems. This is The God thing is not even a problem because you don't even know whether that exists or not. Somebody told you there is God, and therefore you believe there is God. But you yourself has no experience of this thing called God. Therefore, if you don't have an experience of the God, how can you go chase that? So forget it. It is not a problem. It's not a problem that really, the only problem that exists is who am I? What is this world? Who am I? What is this world? That's it. Two problems. And so, for those two problems, you need medicament, solutions. And this mantra has given that beautiful medicament, expounded very beautifully by Jagat Guru Adi Shankaracharya in a very first shlokam of Dakshinamurti स्तोत्रम् विश्वन्दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरीतुल्यं निजान्तर्गतम् पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिरिवोद्भूतं यथा निद्रया यः साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयम् तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नम इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये. I won't get into explaining that because that is the beautiful expounding of all what we talked in this beautiful Vishwandarpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyam Nija Antargatam Pasyan Atmani Mayaya Bahihi Iva Vudbhutam Yatha Nidraya यः साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोध समये स्वात्मानम् एव अद्वयम् तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये नम इदं श्री दक्षिणा मूर्तये. Contemplate on this beautiful mantra. याते रुद्र शिवा तनु शिवा विश्वाह भेषजी शिवा रुद्रस्य भेषजी तयानो मृड जीवसे Imagum, Tayano Mridajivase. The next one is the Imagum Rudra. We'll come to that mantra tomorrow. And there's a question here. The world is projection. What and where is the object whose projection is the world? Where and what is that is causing this projection? The answer to all of that question is a beautiful question, very logical question. Is the shlokam that I just chanted, Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyam Nija Antargatam. That is the answer to all of that. I won't explain all of this today. We can take that question later on. But please, that's a beautiful question. If this world is a projection, projection of what? And what is that object that is the projection? And where is that coming from? Those are beautiful questions. And the simple pointer to that from that shlokam of Dakshinamurti to Prabhakara, who asked that question, is what happens in your dream? What happens in your dream? You are living in a dream. You are in London. You are in some place. Or you are in front of Himalayas in a dream. In that dream that you are experiencing, where did all that London and the Himalaya, everything, where did they come from? What is the source? What is the object? Is Prabhakara is still there? Yeah. So use the dream state as an example. How did this Himalaya all of a sudden, how did it enter the bedroom? Huh? On the bed in which you are sleeping and dreaming of Himalaya. Where did it all come from? Where did it all come from? And then you woke up, there is no Himalaya, there is no London city, there is nothing like that. What happened? Where did they go? What happened to that? Everything that you experienced so much as real. So real. What happened to that? Bahihi iva udbhutam yatha nidraya. That is the exact metaphor that he's using. Tell me where all of that has come from. Okay, that's the think about it. Tomorrow we'll close now.
Now,
Yadaksh, uh,
quick question. So are all objects in this universal dream, are we all objects? in that universal dream?
Whose dream is that?
We don't know.
Yeah, that is the question. Yeah. If the answer is yes, this whole world is the dream of somebody else and all the objects in it, whose dream is that? That is the question. It's another beautiful thing. Now, some of you who are joining this class because you have felt like you are missing something, or you want to show up because there is something happening tomorrow called Sandhya Vandanam, welcome back. But you have a lot of work to do. We are finished 9 Anuvakam, and now you are coming to the 10th Anuvakam. All of this is a sadhana. It's a collective sadhana. It's a collective journey. It's not a bloody learning lesson. It's not a learning session. If it is a learning session, you go learn from anybody else. But nobody will take you through this aspect of coming to get to the aspect of what we are discussing. Yate Rudra Shiva, Tanu Shiva, Vishwa. See how many perspectives we have looked at it from. How many perspectives from the most practical, physical, secular, societal point of view to the ultimate conquest and the quest of being aware of something which is much more profound. Jai Sai Ram. ॐ यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव नारायण नमोऽस्तु ते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व साईश्वर अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व साईश्वर अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष साईश्वर हरिः ओम् तत्सत् श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु स्वस्तिः प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्याय्येन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी